Hello. Right, this is a little bit scary for me because I don't normally talk in front of a camera and I'm ill. So I thought I'd have a quick rant about glorifying. Now, I've seen a lot of people on like Tumblr and websites like that just saying, oh, I wish this site would stop glorifying like having no friends or being mentally ill or whatever, and I don't think some of these people actually know what glorifying is. The definition of glorify is to give glory, honour or high praise, to cause or be or seem more glorious or excellent than it actually is. But I don't actually see a lot of that, especially when people are going on and on and on about how you're glorifying it. No, you shouldn't be glorifying it, blah blah blah. Personally, I think glorifying something is going on about and saying, yeah, it's the best thing in the world, everyone should be this, everyone should do this, and meaning it seriously, and obviously meaning it seriously. I see a lot of sarcasm, a lot of having no friends is the best thing in the world. Or, do you know how I solve that problem? Having no friends, and it's a joke. It's a joke. And see, it was the sort of jokes and the laughter and the general satire that is present in a lot of websites. Like it's those jokes about being alone and having no friends and being mentally ill and this, that and the other that helped me deal with it. It was the supposed glorification that helped me live and kept me alive while I was hidden inside and friendless and lonely and suicidal and ugh. But maybe we don't pretend that having no friends and being alone and being mentally ill is good. Maybe we find ways of dealing with it through laughter and optimism rather than wallowing in self-pity and depression because of it. Yeah, it sucks and it feels horrible, but if we go on saying that and acknowledging that all the time, we'll just dig ourselves into this horribly deep pit and we'll have near enough no escape from it, because that is the way I was going. That is where I was, that is the way I was going before the joking helped me. And I've seen so many other people who have been helped through things like self-harm, mental illness, or some part of their history that hurts them, you know? And I've seen so many other people with this that have just... I've seen them smile for the first time. I've seen them smile and laugh over it for the first time. And that is an amazing thing, you know? You can't just sit there and be depressed for the rest of your life over this one thing. Sometimes, in order to get up and deal with it and move on and live your life, is to laugh. That's why all these comedians exist. That's why all these comedians who talk about supposedly offensive things. That's why all of these artists who write songs about depression and bipolar disorder and all of the other disorders and being alone and horrible, horrible things, that's why they exist. Because we have someone to latch onto. We have someone who's saying, yeah, this is horrible, but you know what? It's not all bad. There is a bright side to everything, and sometimes it takes a little bit of laughter and a little bit of satire to see that. And there are a lot of musicians out there who have been accused of being like of glorifying. I listen to their stuff and I don't see it. I see a friend in a way. I see someone who's just reaching out and going, look, I understand, but hey, this bit's funny, right? Or this bit's a bit silly, isn't it? And really, that is one of the best ways in the world to deal with something. That is one of the best ways that I have ever found to deal with anything. Everything is offensive to someone. Sure, if you're actually being deliberately like abusive, but if you're just making a light-hearted joke, maybe you are offensive. Maybe that is the case. Maybe you just don't understand. But a lot of the time when people make jokes about these things, they do understand. And maybe that's where you should stop and think, what if they do understand? What if they do understand and they're doing this to let people know that there is a bright side, and there is always a bright side, and that you're not alone, that you're not crazy or you're not stupid, or just be you. That's all there is to it. And if you is sitting there being depressed and being depressed about being depressed, then fine, I'd suggest you seek help, but some people have to help themselves before anyone else can help them. But if you are the sort of person to go around laughing and making satirical jokes and sarcasm about, oh yeah, this is the greatest thing in the world, but actually I'm really hurting inside because of it, then good for you. Because you're not letting that push you down, you're not letting that become your downfall. Believe me, I know what it's like to treat depression and anxieties and reclusiveness as your downfall, but once I started laughing about it, I got better. Not completely, you know, I still have my days, but I'm a lot better now. You need to stop pushing these people down because they're making jokes that you don't understand. If something offends you, on the internet of all places, it's not that difficult to just ignore them or block them or whatever. It's not that difficult.